Mm. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, later I can explain more. We continue with this session.
And some of the things that you're talking about here, what they calling up for me, there's something subtle that you're talking about. There's something that might be kind of flying by without being noticed, which is when you say to a person, this isn't for this type of a person, or when you make a damaging admission, or when you're honest with them about a situation like the way Dean Jackson described, that what you're doing is you're taking the pressure off. You're no longer pushing them into doing something. You're giving them the opportunity to say, no, you know what? I want to do this. And they're making the decision. They're taking responsibility for it inside. And it's powerful persuasion. Very powerful.
Yeah, it works. I mean, everybody's got the story of going to some store or somewhere and like meeting up with a salesperson there and thinking that person was great and then telling their friends about them, about their experience. And the conversation is almost always like this. I went to the XYZ store the other day to get a Y, and man, it was so cool. I met this dude, his name's Bob, and he was great. Ended up getting two Ys. It was awesome. He was really cool. He didn't try to sell me anything or whatever. He was just showing me the stuff, and it was a really good time. Or, hey, you should go to the XYZ store. Their dudes are really cool over there. They don't work on commission or whatever. They won't jump down your throat. They just help you out. It's awesome. And all of those are like, oh, I had this wonderful experience. They didn't try to sell me anything. And one way to convey that is to just come right out and say it, which sounds ridiculous, but it works like a champ. So you can say something like, listen, you know what? I know this is going to sound hypey and like I'm going to try to sell you something right here, and that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, this thing really works, and I genuinely want you to have it. It's not for everybody. And it might not work for you. That's up to you. But I really think you owe it to yourself to at least give it a try. And you know what? That's why we have the guarantee in place. Blah, blah, blah. You just immediately disarm it. So like, I'm not trying to put any pressure on you at all, but the fact of the matter is we have 27,943 people on the waiting list, and there are 15 copies of this left. So if you think it's for you, which it may or may not be, it's your decision, I urge you to go ahead and make up your mind and act at 9 o'clock in the morning when the doors open and this website goes live, because otherwise you might miss out. You see? You're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on them, but the fact that you just said, I'm not trying to put any pressure on you, diffuses that. As crazy as it sounds, it actually works.
Well, what you're doing, though, is, in a way, you're not putting, I mean, not to argue with you here, but just psychological semantics here, but you're not putting pressure on them. You're letting them put the pressure on themselves.
Yeah, beautiful. Great. You're just, you're like handing them the pressure putter on her, and they're pressing the pressure button, I guess, within their own minds,
Exactly.
Here's the pressure button. Your mind can press it at any minute.
Yeah, it's more of a natural. I don't know. I see a real distinction, especially if you're telling the truth. If there are 30,000 people on the list, and if there are 15 of them available, you're framing it in a way that automatically has the person go, "Oh, you know what? I got to get to action here." You're not like a car salesman who's like, using some weird, dishonest technique. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, and it's like everything I've said is assuming that you're telling the truth, So let's assume that there really are 20,000 people, and let's say you've got 500 or whatever, because 15 would be kind of ridiculous. You could say, you know what, this is really starting to freak me out, and you can take it or leave it at face value. I think you ought to know that there are 27,423 people on the waiting list. Now, I don't know if they're all going to try to buy tomorrow, but we only have 500 kits available, and it's just a matter of simple math. There are probably more than 500 people who are chomping at the bit to get this thing right now. Is that you? I don't really know. Is this right for you? Maybe, I say probably, but those are the facts. Now, with that said, I think you should go ahead and take advantage of this incredible opportunity if you think this is right for you, and here's why. Blah, blah, blah. Speaking of that, we have this great guarantee, and and you just go on. So you're just totally, like, framing it beautifully and mellow, I know it seems like I'm coming on to you like this is a cheesy pickup line, but didn't I see you at the neurosurgeons convention the other week? Same kind of thing. I happen to go to the neurosurgeons conventions all the time.
And you use cheesy pickup lines, I assume, too.
Yeah, neurosurgery. So that's it, man. That's the end of my fancy PowerPoint thing.
Frank, thank you very much for contributing and participating. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Hope I helped out with something. And, best of luck to all.
Okay. So just we go through the mind map. Maybe we can discuss a little bit.
I had a look at that this morning.
You have? Good. Okay, so basically just say not for everybody, but I think if you own it to yourself to at least give it a try. But 15 copies less. So if like if you're telling the truth and you have this information, it's kind of powerful. Because they only 15 copy less. And if you get like put in there. So especially telling the truth, 30,000 people on the list and 500 or something. 15 will be kind of ridiculous. Like if it is small number too small, it may not fit in there. Like I have 15 people on the list. It doesn't make really make sense. Okay. And it's great guarantee. So also come up with a guarantee like money back guarantee. So they put the risk on yourself, not on them. So they feel more relaxed to purchase product. So frame it beautifully and mellow. I mean, you just like keep pressure on them, but like say it in a way that is not. For example, like I don't want to put any pressure on you, right? Or it's not for anybody. So it seems kind of taking the pressure off, but actually put a huge pressure on them because 20,000 people on the list. Okay, he's related to the store experience. You want someone to store, buy something. You already tell your friends that you have this wonderful experience, and they didn't try to sell me anything. So he used that, and in his video, you can say upfront that in this video I may sell you something, but it's a wonderful product. I just want to let you know. Yeah, kind of the way you put the words together really make a powerful message. Okay, do you have any take on the listening?
Yeah. So today's lesson is how to put pressure on the potential client without them thinking that you are putting pressure on them. Okay, yeah, that's the way to do that, and it's really so. We can take the saying. I went to the store and they didn't. I had this wonderful experience. They didn't try to sell me anything. There are two things to mention. That they wanted to mention in here. That means the psychologically people wouldn't like people to be sold or to be like just persuaded to do something because it makes them think that it's like something similar to cheating, right? Because if cheating often you don't have the product you want, and often you end up buying things that you don't necessarily need with very high. So you should avoid that feeling for the client. Okay? Make them think that you are just trying to help rather than trying to sell something and get money for that. Okay, applying to our classes, if they are to considering or something, you don't try to contact them talk to them about the process or about the
Mm.
thing, the teaching in the classes. Instead, just provide them enough information for them to decide and to try to persuade them in a way that they think that the persuasion is from them rather than from us.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is needs a lot of.
Yeah, I think Evan also talked about it. He says like they feel like they make it the decision themselves.
Yeah.
So like they're taking responsibility for it inside. Yeah.
And it's power persuasion, not that you are trying to persuade them or let them know that. But in Vietnam and in the reality, I think we should be very careful with the words we put, because if we say anything like, oh, but I really think you owe it to yourself and let's give it for a try, something, and oh, it's only 15 copies left, something like that. People immediately raise an alarm, right? Oh, what is this? Is it trying to tell me something? Okay, we need to find really powerful wording that is to avoid it, because this one roughly it may work for the Westerners, where they have a different culture from us and from ours, and often in their society the chances of being cheated is not so big, but in Vietnam nowadays there's a lot of cheaters. Wow, each day millions of calls were sent to people and asked them to buy something, lure them to join the fake companies for a fake amount of money, something like that, and also like from the people like saying they are police, they are authorities, something like that, threatening people. So that's we should be very careful with that. So we have to draft the situation and how to answer it, or to persuade the client in situation.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. So taking the pressure off, we should always think about that thing. Okay. How to make them work the way we want without feeling the pressure on them. Okay. And I think it's hard, at least for me, because I'm used to the old way of working, so I need to concentrate on this. Okay, starting with my daughter and my wife. Okay, try to find ways for them to think that the decision is there. Right.
So you can you can use that technique by you tell client, okay, you can take study for here for 1 day or 2 days, 3. After that, you can make decision. If you don't continue with the study, that's okay. So taking the pressure off, they don't have to take the course immediately. You have come here and test it. After that, if you like it, you can study with me, or if you don't like it, that's fine. That's one way to do that.
I have a case that I want to to discuss with you. I'm teaching a girl who's based in Nanjing. Okay, and she has a friend. She has a friend that is in Ho Chi Minh City. And he said he wanted to learn with her. Okay, but he said, "Wow, he wants to before he wants to talk to his family. He wants to have a trial class. That I let him fill in the trial class, and after the first class, he said, "Wow, his family is still like not agree with each other whether to let him learn with me or not." Because like his family is poor, and they have 3 children to take care of, and he already like learned something in math already, and I think the common of English of him is much better than most of the students, right? And then in the second class, he said, "Wow, my first class was great, and the science is very easy to understand. So he wanted to join another class." Okay, I agreed too. And then I think I had a feeling that he just wanted to have free classes rather than trying to reach an agreement with his family to let him to have a class.
Two classes already, right? Okay. So I think like you keep teaching him. Well, normally what I do is I keep teaching him. Maybe next week I will send a message or email saying that, okay, this course about quality English is like will help you this benefit, like make you better, you achieve IELTS, go overseas. If you don't study with quality English, you will not speak like native speaker, blah blah blah. Some disadvantages when not studying with you. Like yesterday, Franklin used the word total loserdom. Right? Put that in there. And also, what this course is about how to achieve IELTS, how to become like native speaker, right? So how does it work? You study with me 2 days a week, blah blah blah. Give all details there, and then normally I would charge $4 million per month for 2 days, but for you, because you know my family, it depends on how much you want to charge them. Maybe 3 million, right? We give them price. Or if you want to charge less, so you want to charge 2 million, is it normally I charge 3 million, but now I give you $1 million discount, so it's going to be $2 million per month, 2 days a week, and they can send money to my bank account, blah blah blah. We give them that, they will respond, either they will continue or they not. Right? But that in the case, like Franklin says, like mellow and beautifully. It's not like forcing them, give me the money. They call like a bit too harsh. You send that message, then they know. They know either continue or they stop. They stop this again. Otherwise, you keep teaching for free is not that good as well. Or some people negotiate. They say, "Oh, okay, I can afford 3 million. Can you go 2 million?" Then you have something to talk about. Okay, I accept 2 million, but they still feel a good value because they told them 3 million. You see, so when they negotiate to 2 million, they feel happy, right? But if you don't tell them that, be 2 million, so expensive. What? Why 2 million? You see? Yeah. So I think keep continue teaching to next week. Keep the best of your values. Prepare lesson pretty well, and they feel like if she stops here, they feel like total loser them. They give the best value, but have a end point. He cannot just give free all the time. Until next week, send that email or message. Meanwhile, you can work that email and we can talk how you script that email. But you don't get money. Also, don't try to get money immediately. You just study to give me money now or stop. Right? It's no. You don't build any mutual benefits.
Let me send you the picture, okay? Because he doesn't look poor at all, and he in this situation. I think he's enjoying something at home, and his home is not that like poor, like trying to like for people to think. Okay.
Okay, so I see you tomorrow.
Okay. And let me send you the picture so you have a look.
And discuss it, write a long email with all the details.
Okay.
Bye bye. See you tomorrow.